The Crystal City of Machu Picchu. More than 100 years of history is really too short a time to exhaust the ink, paper, and hope that someday we'll be able to precisely understand the meaning of the sacred city of Machu Picchu. There are hundreds of books that have been published on the subject, and surely hundreds more which remain to be written. Throughout the 20th century, we have recreated Machu Picchu's history. There have been interpretations reflecting rigorous studies, as well as fantastic and incongruous stories. It has already been said that 1,000 men, 1,000 religions, 1,000 men also means 1,000 ways of thinking. So, within the framework of possibilities, and with all due respect to those who have added their thoughts about the mysteries of that sacred city, I am joining this beautiful and enriching journey to touch on a few points which up to now have not been published or even considered. All the ancient cultures of the world have paid homage to the sacred aspect of nature. It was their main point of reference in the construction of their temples, altars, and palaces. Studies of both Eastern and Western cultures show us that they generally chose the highest points of their surroundings. The mountains have always been the guardians, where the protective entities lived, maintaining contact with the world of men and women through their spiritual representatives and oracles. The Andean culture aligns in some aspects with the world's oldest societies, but it was different. In its technological development and construction, however, neither the highest peaks nor deepest valleys were obstacles to its expression. Viracocha's route, the sacred path projecting south-north, is an example of the high technological level achieved by this greatly evolved Andean culture in relation to an archaeo-astronomical perspective. For example, the geographical area around Machu Picchu is among the most breathtaking. The Inca's sacred river, as it follows its course into the jungle's green canopy, describes shapes that remind us of the Amaru or serpent. As it reaches the Machu Picchu area, it adapts itself to those valleys and forms a very peculiar shape, the shape of the mother or feminine principle. It's this symbolic expression of Pachamama that shows us, in a spontaneous way, the best place for initiates to reside. The city of Machu Picchu is situated at approximately 400 meters above the Vilcanota River, nestled in a central point surrounded by mountains. In the east, directly beyond the Vilcanota River, the observer will notice on the left side of Putukusi Mountain the stair-step symbol repeating itself naturally and quietly on several levels. These stairs, as a symbol on this mountain, create the shape of the Andean square cross. This same symbol can also be seen in its natural state in other important mountains of the Andes. Several researchers have already written books about the relationship between the region's most important sacred places and Machu Picchu. Alignments link the snowy mountains with important sites such as temples, altars, and places where astronomical manifestations occur. It has only been recently that scholars have been rediscovering this effect. During the pre-Columbian era, the Andean people's cosmovision and ideological conception of life allowed them to fully integrate themselves with their surroundings. For them, the mountains were like natural pyramids, places of great magnetic concentration. It is this magnetism or power that the Andean people felt and recognized as the energetic force that resides in these high realms, which they called Apus or Acachilas. The Apus are the places where our ancestors assembled and where they still gather today. Machu Picchu is often wrapped in a shroud of fog under a low ceiling of clouds, especially during the rainy season. Geographical and climatic conditions influence the people of Machu Picchu in the placement of the representation of the Apus in their temples and altars. This presence was marked by stone sculptures that resembled their revered mountains. Obviously, this was not just an artistic expression, but a different concept of spiritual recognition of the powerful entities who were part of their geographical surroundings. And you, my visiting friend, when you have the opportunity to visit these magical lands for the only time, give yourself at least the chance to connect with specialists so that you not only receive clearer answers, about the meaning of the unwritten history of the wise Incas, but also awaken much more of that ancestral memory that lives within you. I am confident that from the Earth's core, Pachamama will make her voice resound, and humanity will be the being of freedom, love, and light. We know that all paths lead sooner or later to the light, and that if we don't go to the light, it will come to us. Contact us. We will be happy to guide you.